Yeah. Good evening, all. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not?
Clear, sir.
Fine. Okay. So from the discussion, what we had, right, introduction to Python, right? So reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. Just try to say the reasons which makes Python super popular. Very less coding, right? Very less coding we see in Python. Not even 1/4 coding as compared with other programming languages. The other advantages, reasons which makes Python super popular. Very less coding and simple syntaxes given by Python. Simple syntaxes given by Python. Simple syntaxes. Next. Multi-programming features. Multi-programming features, right? Multi-programming features, right? Hybrid features we see in Python. Okay. Interactive mode. We can interact with the Python statement by statement. So we can, for every statement, it gives a response. In other programming, we cannot see this feature, right? Interactive mode. Interactive mode given by Python, right? Yes. Wide varieties of applications, right? Wide varieties of applications. Yes. Many applications, automation applications, web applications, animation applications, gaming applications, networking applications, embedded applications, desktop applications. In this way, wide varieties of applications can be developed using Python. Next, many built-in libraries. We don't need to write huge tasks. We need to write huge coding. Many built-in libraries or modules, right? Many built-in libraries or modules. Many built-in libraries, right? And it's a high-level language. High-level language, easily understandable, portable, and machine independent. Machine independent, right? Cross-platform language. It's a cross-platform language. High-level language, cross-platform language. Which can run on any platform, right? Windows, Linux, and Mac OS, right? Is my voice clear? Are you getting any kind of echo?
Yes, your sound is clear.
Sound is
loud and clear.
Everyone try to confirm. Yes, try to confirm everyone. Is my voice clear or are you getting any disturbance or echo?
No, sir, clear. No, so there is no echo, sir.
Clear, sir.
Yes, fine, fine. Okay, so cross-platform language which can run on any platform, Windows, Linux, Mac OS, any OS, right? High-level language, many built-in libraries, wide varieties of applications, interactive mode, multi-programming, simple syntaxes, very less coding. Yes, this makes Python suddenly super pop. Okay. So in the previous session, right, yesterday session, I was just briefing you the applications of Python, where in what kind of applications we can develop today by using Python, who are using Python, which companies are using Python, topmost applications built using Python, right? So today just I'll be starting with the practical part, right? So keeping all the students in the in mind that the session will go as sessions will be going, right? Everything from the scratch ground level to the advanced level, right? So before I start, we go with something about Python Software Foundation, PSF, Python version, and next I'll come to this Python installations and Python execution mode, right? Fine, just fine. Have you got the recordings, everyone? Express recording. Try to
Yes,
confirm.
sir.
Everyone got
Yes,
right?
sir. No,
Leave.
no, sir.
Okay, I'll discuss about the end of the session, right? Check your Google Drives, whatever mails you have provided. You will fine. Python Software Foundation, right? Python Software Foundation. Yes. First, before we go, you need to know something about this PSF, Python Software Foundation, PSF, right? So Python was introduced in the year 1989. Python was introduced in the year 1989, 30 years back, right? Yes. Okay. It's a non-profit organization. PSF is a non-profit organization. Devoted towards Python community, devoted towards Python community, right? Yes. It's a non-profit organization devoted towards Python community. It was launched in the year PSF, Python Software Foundation. It was launched in the year, right? 2001. PSF came in the year 2001, Python Software Foundation. The main objective of this PSF, right? The main objective is to foster the development from version to version, to foster the development of Python. In the year 2004, right? 2004, PSF, Python Software Foundation, PSF received Computer World Horizon Award. Computer World Horizon Award, right? And the president for this PSF, nothing but the personality who introduced Python, Guido van Rossum. Guido van Rossum, the same personality, right? Guido van Rossum, the same personality is the president for this PSF. And headquarters, where are the headquarters, right? Headquarters, Delaware. So today will be that first technical session on this Python, right? From today, it will be the batch will be going on, right? Daily. Delaware, right? Delaware, USA. Official website for Python. Official website for Python. www.python.org, right? www.python.org. org. This is the official website of Python. Python Software Foundation. It was launched in the year 2001 to foster the development of Python. It received Computer World Horizon Award. President is Guido van Rosen, the same personality who introduced Python. Headquarters Delaware, USA, python.org. Now coming to this, before we go with the installation of Python, right? Python versions, right? Yes. What are the previous versions and what is the stable versions? Currently used version.
Vijay, I have one doubt. So,
Yes.
Python introduced by 1989, right?
Yes.
But PSF it's launched by 2001. I mean, we need to write the code in PSF. In the PSF.
See here, Python Software Foundation is a community which was formed in the year 2001. Python introduced in the year 1918, but this community was formed in the year 2001. I'm saying.
Okay, so what he are doing, so like about Python software development he is doing in the community.
So in this, whatever developments, what are the modules, every time new modules were introduced, right? Modules we are getting.
Yeah.
89,300 modules. So
Yeah.
to development, fast development, right? So this
Yes.
community, PSF community will be taking care. So I'll be showing you in this website, right? python.org about the PSF. Okay.
Sure.
Python versions, right? Yes. First Python 1.x version, Python 1.x version, right? It was released in the year 1990. Python 2.x version. It was released in the year 2000. The version that we are using currently, 3 version, right? The version that is going on, right? 3 version that we are using, introduced in the year 2008, almost like 14 years ago. This 3 version was released that we are using currently. Latest version of Python, right? Latest version. One second. Latest version of Python. Python 3.10, right? Python 3.10. Yeah, latest version. Stable version of Python. Stable version of Python, right? Stable version of Python. Python 3.7. Python 3.7, right? Yes. Previous stable version means mostly used version. Mostly used version, right? Yes. Python 3.7, right? Yes. Mostly used version is 3.7, right? Previous stable version. Yes. Previous stable version was Python 2.7, which was mostly used. Yes. So these are about the versions. 1 version, 2 and 3 version. The 3 version is the version that we are using. 3.10 is the version that we'll be installing, right? And stable version mostly used one is 3.7. Previously it was 2.7, right? Now just check this installation, Python installation, right? So it hardly takes 2 to 3 minutes for installing Python. So I said later I'll be showing you how to work with IDEs. In real time we go for IDEs, right? PyCharm. I'm going to show you on different IDEs, not 1 or 2 IDEs. Be showing you on PyCharm, Jupyter, Spider, Eclipse, right? Anaconda distributions, right? Yes. Python installation, right? Yes. So if you're working, I said Python is a cross-platform language where it can be installed on Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. Fine. Okay. Before I go, just I'll go to the start program settings. I'll show from the scratch, right? How to download Python, how to install Python step by step. Before that, let me remove Python from my system first. Later, we'll download parallelly. We'll download that Python, right? Yes, Python 3.10.5, right? 3.10, 3.10. I'm uninstalling the 3.10. Yes, uninstallation. So Python is going to provide different softwares for different environments. Different softwares for different environments means for Windows separate software, for Linux and for Mac OS. For Linux, actually no need of any installation. By default, you get Python as a inbuilt along with Linux OS. But in Windows, again, different softwares Python providing, right? For Windows, 32-bit separate software, Windows 64-bit separate software Python is providing. How will you check whether your Windows is 32-bit or 64-bit? Go to your desktop and click My Computer or My PC. Properties, you see. Check it. 1 second. Check your My Computer, right? Yes. Go to your desktop or go to this My PC, this PC, right? Say Properties. On your desktop PC icon, that so 64-bit operating system, 64-bit operating system. If it is 32-bit, 32, we need to select. Means we need to download 32-bit Python software. If it is 64-bit, we will be downloading 64-bit Python software. So where can you see this? Means this PC is there, right? Yes. On your desktop, right click and say Properties. Think if you're working with Windows 10, like it will be like 64-bit. Fine. Now coming back, right? Yes. Uninstallation was successful. I'm closing it. Fine. Now opening Chrome browser, right? Open the browser, right? For downloading Python, just open this Chrome. What is the official website of Python? Official website of Python, right? Python.org, www.python.org. This is the official website of Python, from where we can download Python and from where we can see the documentation for each and every Python release, right? Just say enter python.org, right? Before I go with downloading Python, I said I'll be showing you something about this PSF. Can you see this PSF here? Python Software Foundation, right? Foundation.
Yes.
So there is a message given by this online team. So you can just check the demo videos in this, in the chart panel, like the links are given, demo video link, course content link is given, demo link is given, and Python Django course, everything, demo videos link, demo videos you asked, right? Demo videos link, can just copy the demo videos link, course content link, and the payment process and procedure, right? Yes. And the contact details also you can take off this online thing for the future if you are not receiving any video or anything related to this link related problems. And if anyone done with the payment, you are supposed to send the screenshot to that online team, online training, right? What is that? This DURGASOFT online training at the rate gmail.com. And just go through that, right? Yes, coming to this PSF, right? PSF, we are discussing about this PSF. Yes, click that PSF. Click that PSF, right? Yes. Can you see here the everything about the sponsorships, about the memberships, donations, volunteer, grants, vendor, legal, media, all these blocks, right? Infrastructure, everything about this community. So okay, that is PSF. Docs is there, documents. See, Python documentation, right? 3.10.5. What's new in Python 3.10? What new features we see in Python 3.10? Everything. The summary highlights. If you want to check that documentation of Python, for each and every Python version, you see documentation, right? What are the summary highlights? What are the new features we see? Okay, what are the new features? The better error messages. So all these are the new features with examples it gives. And the other things, right? Yes. If anything got removed, if anything got deprecated, see the new features. What are the new modules or features introduced? So here improved modules, new modules with examples. Yes, all these are the modules which have got introduced, newly introduced modules. And in some deprecated or which got removed, right? Which are the things which are removed from this, right? So everything you can just go through the documentation, right? After you Arsharaj, right? Arsharaj. So you are talking about generators, right? So not only that we will be getting the knowledge, right? Advanced concepts and advanced concepts I'll be discussing. Observe here. Python, we have got a lot of syllabus and basics, operations, operators, Python IDEs, flow controls, loops, collections, ID, sets, collections, dictionaries, modules, packages, error handling, file handling, object-oriented regular expressions, database access, Python datetime, operating systems, advanced. If you see, you just asking about generators, right? It not only that I'll be discussing about iterators, generators, closers, and decorators in Python. What are iterators in Python, generators, closers, and decorators in Python? So in that advanced concepts, these things I'll be covering, web scraping, these things. CSV files, XML files, JSON files, right? Yes. And GUI, graphical programming, working with Excel files, right? Fine, okay. So coming back to this installation, right? Just go back and just go to this downloads folder. So everyone, just if you want to do parallelly also, you can do that installation parallelly. Otherwise, later you can follow the video. So just go back and check this downloads folder. For downloading Python and installing Python, go to this downloads folder, all releases, downloads, all releases, right? Downloads, all releases, right? Just scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, active Python releases, and looking for a specific release. Active Python releases and looking for a specific release. Go for looking for a specific release. Don't go for this active Python. Go for looking for a specific release. You can see all the Python versions from the last 20 years, right? You can see all the Python versions from the last 20 years, like 2.0.1, June 22, 2001, right? So you can just check here. Python 3.10.5, 3.10.5, right? Just click it. 3.10.5, click that. Yes. After clicking this 3.10.5, just scroll down, scroll down. You can just scroll down. You will see the files here. You are able to see the files, right? For Mac OS, Universal Installer. For Linux, Mac OS. And can you see at the last for Windows? For Windows, right? Yes.
Vijay, we can able to see the Windows immutable package 32-bit.
Not that one. Just go for last Windows installer, right?
Yeah, what is difference between these two?
West. So for that embedded systems, right? For if you're working with any other, this for Windows, we go for this installer, right? For embedded systems, we go for that. Okay. Windows installer 32-bit and 64-bit. This last at the bottom you can see, right? At the bottom you can see that 64 and installer, right? Just go with the 64-bit. Click that 64-bit, right? Yes. Windows installer 64-bit. Your download started, right? What is the size? 27 MB of size. 27 MB of size, right? See, Python has got thousands of modules. I said 36,000, right? What is that? 39,300 inbuilt modules Python has got for various domains, right? Thousands of modules it has got, but all the modules, right?
All the models 89,000.
Yes, 89,300 inbuilt modules Python has got, right? So all the models you are not going to get, all the models you are not going to get along with this Python software. Only commonly used modules you'll be getting along with the Python. Means, for example, data science related modules, big data related modules, database related modules, you are not going to get along with this Python software. Yes.
So if we need to get data science related module means, so we need to go for the exchange. Any other software for that?
Yes, let me complete. So any modules, only commonly used modules you'll be seeing here, but the modules, domain specific modules, we are supposed to download and install by using a component called pip, P-I-P. We have got a component called pip, P-I-P, which comes along with Python installation. Well, now if you install Python, that pip comes along with this installation. Using that pip, we can download and install any external module which is not part of Python software. So it hardly takes 1 to 2 minutes to install any module in Python. Any data science module, any module, it hardly takes 1 to 2 minutes. Just one line command is enough. Pip install the module name. That's it. Pip install the which module you want to install, that module name. So here, okay, later I'll just demonstrate about how to download and how to install the external modules which are not with Python. So just the download is completed. Go to downloads folder. Otherwise, click this exe file. Click the exe file which got downloaded. You will see this Python window, right? You'll be able to see this Python window. Don't immediately go for installation. Right? At the bottom, you see add Python 3.10 to path. Add Python 3.10 to path. Customize installation. Go with customize installation. So what are the things? Nothing to select here. Already they are pre-selected. Documentation. Pip. Right. Pip. Just now I was talking about pip, right? Which will download and install other Python packages. Documentation of Python you will get. Ideally test suite. Just to say next. Here also nothing to select. But here installation location, can you see, right? Where this Python is getting installed? Installation locations is where exactly it is getting installed. In C drive, users, Dell, app data, local, programs, Python, Python 3.10 means in many subdirectories. It is getting, if you see that very big path, right? Tomorrow, if you want to locate Python, you need to enter into all the subdirectories, right? Tomorrow, if I want to install any module, external module, right? I need to type this entire path for installing it. So instead of that, remove all this big path. Just I want to install Python within the C drive. Just remove all this, right? Just say C slash Python 310. 310 means 3.10. Within the C drive, I'm installing, right? Python 310. That's it. Install. That's it. It hardly takes 1 minute for installing Python. So let it complete. Let us check whether it is properly installed or not. Yeah, setup was successful, right? Just I'm closing it. Now let us check whether it is properly installed or not. Properly installed or not. At the bottom search panel, right? At the bottom search panel, type CMD. Otherwise, just go to the command prompt. CMD and just enter the command prompt, right? And just type Python here. Just type Python and say enter. Whenever I say enter, right? Whenever I say enter, yes, it should display the Python version. It should display the Python version and Python interpreter should be opened, right? Python version, right? 3.10.5. That is the version we have installed. Can you see this 3 arrow symbol where we can type any valid Python statements? Type any valid Python statements. Check it. 3 plus 5. 5 into 7. Any statements you can type. X as 10. Y as 4. X. Y. X plus Y. X minus Y. X into 2. Any valid statements, right? And type and check. X to the power of 3, 10 to the power of 3,000, right? Yes. In this way, any valid Python statements you can type and check, right? Okay, so Python is installed successfully. It's working properly, right? Yes. Okay, this is okay. Coming back. So if anyone working in the Linux environment, if you're already Python will be inbuilt within this Linux, either you work with CentOS, Ubuntu, or Red Hat Linux, right? Red Hat or CentOS or Ubuntu, whatever flavor you are using, Python will be as inbuilt within that. Just type Python on your terminal, it gets opened. But if you want, if you are working with older versions of that Linux, right? Just older version of Python will be available. If you want the latest version of Python to be installed within this Linux environment, just type this command and install it. If you we need to download, we need to install everything from the root user. That's why it says sudo apt-get install Python 3.10. Python 3.10, right? Yes. apt-get install Python 3.10. This is the command, right, which installs Python. That's it. Okay, next is Python execution modes. Two modes of execution. First one, interactive mode, just interactive mode. Second is batch mode. Interactive mode and batch mode. Interactive mode means just now I was talking, right? Here we directly just now this is what the interactive mode, statement by statement we can interact. It gives response for every statement we type. Here we directly write Python statements. On the Python interpreter, and the user can easily interact. The user can easily interact with Python statement by statement, and the user can easily interact with Python statement by statement. Advantage of this interactive mode. What advantage we see in the interactive mode means to test the functionalities of Python, to test the, if it doesn't have idea about any functionality, you can to test the functionalities of Python, to test the functionalities of Python, and to learn Python, right? And to learn Python as a beginner, as a learner, this interactive mode works better to test the functionalities and to learn Python, right? And to learn Python, this works better. Batch mode. Here we write, in the case of batch mode, for developing applications in Python, we won't go for interactive mode. For developing applications, we won't go for interactive mode. We go for batch mode. We go for what? Batch mode, right? Yes. Here we write set of statements. Here we write set of statements. Within the editors or IDs. Editors or IDs, integrated development environment, right? IDs. Set of statements within the editors or IDs, and save it by using, .py extension, by using .py extension, and later submit to Python, and later we submit to Python, right? Yes. So what I'll just say, what are the various editors where we can write the Python code? What are the various IDs where we can write the Python code? First, what are the IDs first? Various editors first, sorry. Various editors within the notepad.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
What is the difference between Python scripting and Python programming?
So Python is a scripting language.
Hmm.
Python is a scripting language. It's an interpretation going to happen. See here, Python script, Python program is there, right? So here Python is a scripting. Python is a scripting language. See, compilation and interpretation. Compilation and interpretation. So Python is a interpretation. We say like Python script. Python script we need to say.
Okay, so we can call it anything, either script or a program. It works same. in case of Python?
Script means which one which is going to get interpreted. Program is one which is going to get compiled and executed, right?
Hmm.
So we say Python scripts, we say, not
Okay,
Python program, Python
okay.
scripts, we say.
Okay.
Notepad, edit plus, various editors, Notepad, edit plus for Windows environment. For Linux environment, VI editor, nano editor, VI nano editor, right? For creating Python files, .py files, Notepad, edit plus. For Windows environment, VI and nano for Linux environment for creating .python files, right? And if you talk about in real time, we go for IDEs. IDEs, right? Integrated Development Environment. IDE. PyCharm. PyCharm is one ID. PyDev. Komodo. Spider. Eclipse. NetBeans. PyCharm, PyDev, Komodo, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, Jupyter, Jupyter Notebook, Atom, VS Code. VS Code, right? The mostly used one, the mostly used, PyCharm is the mostly used one. You may get a query, right? Yes. Why these many IDs for Python? Why not one or two? Means Python is used for different environments, right? Is used for different environments, right? For data science, for big data, for networking, for animations, for gaming. Different environments, different IDs will be preferred. For example, for data science, Spider is mostly preferred. A Jupyter Notebook is preferred. For big data also, right? Spider is preferred. Jupyter Notebook is preferred. For typical web applications, PyCharm is mostly used. Web applications, Atom is used. VS Code is used. So in this way, depending upon the environments, different IDs will be preferred, right? Now, just I'll show you, right? One example, developing the first Python application. Within a editor, right? Yes. Developing the first Python application within a editor. Example like Notepad. Within an editor, within a Notepad, how to write a .py file and how to execute it, right? Just we'll open Notepad. So as of now, I didn't discuss anything about Python, right? Any base Python programming. So I'll just take two variables X and Y. And I want to perform some kind of arithmetic operations, right? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. X by Y. So just to type this in Notepad, right? Type within this Notepad editor. Just I'll copy this and paste within this Notepad. Save it, file, save. How you will be saving, right? Within this, okay, yesterday I created a folder at Python 9 p.m. batch. Yes, within this 9 p.m. batch, I'm saving it as sample1.py extension, right? Just I'm writing here what how I've saved. Save as sample1.py. Now submit this file to Python. Now submit this file to Python. How you can submit this file to Python? Go to this command prompt. Go to this command prompt, right? Say enter. Just type Python here. Don't say enter. If you say enter, it will go to interactive mode. Python, you say, and give the path. Submitting your file to Python. Submitting your file to Python in C drive in Python 9 p.m. batch folder. That is the folder name. Within that, we have got a file sample1.py. That's it. Give that file name in which folder and in which drive. Give to Python. Just say enter. It gets executed. 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20, right? Yes. So this is the output. So write within the notepad, write some Python code, save it using .py extension in some folder, right? Go to the command prompt, just type Python and give the path where your file is available and say enter. It gets executed, gives the output, right? Yes. But here, okay, save as. How did you see? Okay, so this is how you execute, right? Yes. Okay, here, what is your observation? Here, we are writing the code at one place. We are writing the code at one place. Where? Within the notepad. And executing at the other place, right? And executing at the other place. Within the command prompt. But I want to write and execute. To write and execute at the same place. We have IDLE. We have IDLE, right? Which comes along with Python installation. Which comes along with Python installation. Using which we can work with both interactive and batch mode. Interactive and batch mode, right? Yes. Using which we can work with both interactive. Just I'll show you how to open this IDLE. Everyone, you can make use and work with this IDLE, right? Later I'll show you how to work with IDs. So go to the start programs where your Python is installed. You can check. See where your Python in the list. You can see where the Python Python 3.10. If you click this 3.10, right? Python 3.10. What is the first thing you see here? IDLE, right? Click that IDLE. Python shell gets open in this way. This 3-arrow symbol in interactive mode. Any valid statements you can type and check. Right? But if I want to work with batch mode, not interactive mode, batch mode means file, new file. Type file, new file, right? Yes. X as 10, Y as 20. Print X plus Y. Just type some statements here. X addition, subtraction, multiplication, right? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Save it. File, save, right? Within the folder Python 9 p.m. batch, right? Yes. Python 9 p.m. batch. Save it as sample2.py. Now, how to execute? You are writing here itself and executing here itself, right? Writing the code here itself and executing the code here. Here, run option is there. Can you see this? Run, run module. That's it. 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20. So once again, run module, right? Yes. 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20, right? Yes. That is what the output. Writing and executing at the same place, right? Instead of writing in the notepad, executing at the command prompt, right? We can write here and we can run here itself, right? So once again, where you can see this ideally, go to this where your Python available. In this P Python 3.10 is there, right? Click it, you can see this ideally. If you click it, it gets opened in this way, Python shell. If you want to work with batch mode, file, new file. Write your code and run it here itself, right? Fine. So here, so today just understood, right? How to developing the first Python application editor, right? Within it. Later, I'll show you how to work with IDs. I'll show you like how to download and how to install step by step working with IDs. So today just we are discussing like Python software foundation, Python version, Python installation, Python execution modes, right? Fine. So just I'll be entering to the basics of Python, like Python data types and variables defining in the tomorrow session, right? Yes. So any queries as part of today's session, anyone, right?
Oh, Vijay, I want recording videos.
Yesterday, have you attended the session?
Yes, yes.
Have you checked your Google Drive?
Yeah, but it's not there.
The Google Drive shared with me option.
Okay, I will check and I will let you know.
So Google Drive shared with me with one shared with me things will be there, right? Where you be able, okay, yes. Even you can see that in YouTube. Okay, in YouTube you can see that it is okay. Otherwise, you can check it in the chart panel. Online team has forwarded it. Online team, right? The demo videos links are available. Check it. Demo video links are available. Demo videos links are available. Copy those links in that browser, right? You get open, right? Yes. Available. They are available on YouTube. You can just say DURGASOFT Python demo by Mr. Vijay. In YouTube, you will get that videos of yesterday. Or you can check it here. You can copy that, right? Links are available. Demo links are available. Once again, check this demo videos and course content links are available. Yes.
So going forward, what will be the timing? Same?
So the timing will be 9 to 10, the same timing. It's not going to be changed. And as forgot to say, tomorrow also people can attend the session to see more on this, right? Same time, use the same link, right?
And this is also on weekends or only Monday to Friday?
Monday to Friday it will be.
Okay.
Vijay, I have one doubt. So if
Yes.
we are going for the CMD prompt, no?
Yes.
In there, if we want to come out the programming, come out the Python programming, so what we need to do?
Okay, 1 second. This is what you are saying, right? This is interactive mode.
Yeah.
If you want to come out, just say QUIT, quit. 1 second. Quit. In this way, we need to say enter. Quit.
Okay.
Quit. You can come out of it, interactive mode. Fine. Exit, if you say, totally gets closed.
Okay.
What is that?
So my question is, Python having own interpreter, why we using Python?
What is it? Once again, can you please repeat?
Okay, Python having own interpreter, why we using Python maybe?
PyCharm, okay, PyCharm, right here. Okay, for Python, if you are executing your code, okay, fine. Tomorrow, if you want to develop a application, right, a web application, not only Python required, database required, and HTML is required, CSS is required, a web page creation is required. To embed all those, a structure is there, right? We need to follow some structure. We need to keep that .html files, where to keep image files, where to keep Python files, and that settings for database settings, everything will be taken care by this IDE, PyCharm IDE, right? But only for Python execution, okay, you can just do in this ideally or this, but if you want to develop a application, right, we go for IDE PyCharm, right? Yes.
So,
Yes.
so as you said, in the interactive mode, we are doing a lot of interactions with the compiler. So if we want to clean everything, like whatever the interactions we have did, if you want to clear it and we have to do it in a fresh mode, what is that command we have to use in order to clean that interactions?
See here, once you close it, right, it will be totally gone. It's not going to get saved.
Okay.
It's not going to save. It will be just once you close it, it will be gone, right? You can keep on interact, and once you close it, it is gone. You won't be saving it.
So it won't be saved in any of the notepad.
Note that is interactive mode is to just test for that. If you want to save, you can go for batch mode and save with the .py extension.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Oh, let's to pay the money. Okay. So today, everyone, you can check the details, right? Some of them they're just asking about the payment details. You can check in the chart panel, right? Lot of messages given by this online team, their contact details, the payment process and procedure, how they can be paid. You can just take a snap of it, and you can just go through. The numbers also are given.
Yes, sir.
So demo class means tomorrow also you can attend the session. Tomorrow is Friday, right? After Friday again the session will be on Monday. Friday and Monday we can attend, but from Tuesday the link will be changing, right? From Tuesday, tomorrow you can attend the session. Tuesday, Monday you can attend, but Tuesday the link will be changing. Those who got enrolled, who got registered, a WhatsApp link will be created. You can have interaction with me. If you have got any problem related to videos, links, everything, directly you can interact with me in the WhatsApp, or in technical discussions or any errors, everything. You can take a snap of that error and you can just keep it in the WhatsApp group. Yes. And Django classes, those who have paid for Django, those who are waiting for Django also, right? So multiple Django batches will be starting during this process, right? You can attend those Django batches. Whenever they get started, I'll be saying intimating just 1 week before. Yes.
So you need to know Python basics and Python advanced before going for Django.
For Django, I said I'll be giving some HTML knowledge on this HTML, see these things before I go with Django, right?
Mhm.
HTML, CSS.
Okay, no, I got that point, but I just only want to understand because I'm new to Python. So Python knowledge first of all is required. Only then we should take up that Django.
So 1 second, you can go parallelly also, not a problem. If even if you are a fresh, if you have got a zero knowledge also, because I'll be discussing how to create a web page with using HTML, CSS, Bootstrap before I go with Django and introduction to Django. Even if I start with Django applications, we are not going to write that much of coding. Everything taken care by the framework only. It looks very simple and easy, right? Fine. Parallelly also you can go with Django, right?
Okay, what
But
is the
but but
timing?
but the by the time you go for Django, right, you will be done at least with the 30% of 40% of means if we enter into the Django, what is that architecture and this Django applications creations, right? So as of now, right, last week, like a Django weekend batch is started at 9 o'clock in the Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 11 on Saturday, 9 to 11 on Sunday. Last week it was started. If anybody wants to join, otherwise other batches will be starting in the coming days, right? You can join that, not a problem.
Yep. Thank you.
So any Django batch of mine you can attend once you get registered and enrolled, right? Yes. Fine. Okay.
Yeah, Vijay, I have one doubt. So here we can do the like input parameters and calculated that amount, that programs as well.
Yes, yes, calculator program you're talking.
Yeah, I mean, if we not declare the values by default, if we need to declare the instant, we need to give the input and it will come out the output of that
Yes,
instead of given.
yes, yes, that we can do. There are small programs only, not bigger ones.
Okay.
We'll be doing those things, not a problem.
So like as well star programs as well, like if you did see the in Java and .NET, so star programs it will be there, right? Double stars and triangle star programs.
Yes, yes, those all we'll be discussing, right? Yes.
Okay.
Means patterns you are talking, right? For loop patterns. The
Yeah,
Pascal triangles, fluids triangle, right? And in many patterns we'll be discussing.
okay.
Pascal triangle format or fluids triangle format you want, or stars you want, or any other alphabets or numerically you want to display the triangles, right? All that.
So validation as well, like require validation, range validations.
Yes, yes, we'll be discussing, right? All those are the basics, right?
Okay. So whoops, that's called whoops concepts. We can get.
Yes, I said we'll be discussing 4 things mainly in
Okay.
part of our course: procedural oriented, object oriented, scripting, and modeler. Programming. Let's see this object oriented programming in brief, right? See this, you can see the course structure also. The only the headings are given in that course structure. If you see this object oriented, encapsulation, features, abstraction, class, object, inheritance, polymorphism, static, non-static, defining methods, functions and methods, constructors, parameterized, built-in, object reference, destructor, types of inheritance, object class, polymorphism, overwriting is this. Okay, fine.
Okay.
Yes, we'll be discussing, right? Yes, what's that name? Yes, Haris Raj, Arsha Raj, right? Yes, we'll be discussing those things. Yes, Mary. Yes, Mary. You can see if you can complete Python and you can go for Django. Otherwise, you can go parallelly with Django, or after some days after completion of Python core, you can go for Django. That's up to you, right? Means once you get registered, you can attend any of my Django batch, or even if you are if you already attended Django batch, still you want to re-attend for the revision purpose, also you can attend, right? Any number of times. Fine. Or because of some reason, if you attended the Django batch but you are unable to continue it again, the next batch you can attend, right? You should be intimated. You should intimate me, right? So that I can provide you the link, the other things, right? So clear notes will be provided. You will be getting the video recordings. You can go to the video recordings, right? And if anyone has not got, the contact details are given. Still, if you're not getting, yes, some of you said that if you're, they will be busy with the calls, right? So still, if you're not got the response, you can just call to this number. If you're not got, I'm saying, not got response, you can take other number, right? Yes. Okay, just so you can take this number. Okay, one more number. If no response, right? Yes. Yes, Mary, you're saying like WhatsApp group will be created only once, not now. Once everything, all the formalities are completed. I'll let you know once the group is created. Group is not yet created. Once it gets created for your batch, WhatsApp group with Python 9 p.m. batch, right? The WhatsApp group gets created. Right. So if I'm done with your queries, right? We'll meet tomorrow, same time, right? To follow the same link. Yes. Thank you all for your time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Vijay.
sir.
Fine.
Thanks, Vijay. Bye.
Thank you, sir.